domination.
How's it going, guys? Dynamite here, coming to you as always from the Digital Warfare 24/7 forums, and today I am going to be bringing you guys some gameplay from Dunpizzle, who is our resident single-shot, usually suppressed expert, and he is going to be playing some domination solo on the new Apocalypse DLC map Frost. Now, right off the bat here, what I want to do, and this is something that I'm sadly not going to be able to do in Call of Duty Ghosts since they have removed theater mode, and along with that, hypothetically, what I am about to be using here. This is CoD caster mode, and as you can see, we are going to be able to look at the minimap here. And what I want to showcase about this is that Frost is a map that is designed with 3 linear routes, one on the far left, one right in the middle, one on the far right. There have been maps like this in every Call of Duty series to date, starting with, well, for instance, Rundown in Modern Warfare 2, with Berlin Wall in Black Ops 1, and with Village in Modern Warfare 3. Now, all of these are going to have the same 3 routes going over the top, one route going perpendicular to those, although in Berlin Wall it's not accessible. But what I brought up the minimap to show you guys is the flow. So let's actually speed this up here, and you're going to see, look at the general flow of where people go on this map. It is generally going to be right down the middle, but as we're watching Dunpizzle, we're going to see that he takes a lot more flanking routes, except when he knows that he has the enemy pushed back and he wants to go for that decap. So Dunpizzle tends to be more of a conservative player in that regard. Let's back it up all the way to the start and start again. So here we are back where we started, and like I was saying, we're going to be talking about Dunpizzle's gameplay here, and he is actually going to be rocking a Ghost flanking class, and by using this Ghost flanking class, he is going to show how you don't necessarily have to always be throwing yourself at the flags or calling in huge kill streaks, score streaks, in order to help your team win. So here we're going to see him flanking around this side. Let's bring up the minimap real quick. We see that one of them has anticipated him coming back there, but Dunpizzle is actually able to read that that guy is going to be moving towards him and shut him down. Now look at this. Dunpizzle is just coming up behind all of these people here. He knows he's killed them off, so he knows that right now is a good time to cap B. And laying between these 2 traffic barriers here is probably the best spot to capture B on Frost. Now he does end up having people come behind him to kill him. Let's back it up just a little bit and see if we can't figure out why that happened. So as we are letting this roll here, we're going to see there he picks up those guys. He has a teammate watching that backside. He probably should have turned around there, though, because he could see that his friendlies were going to be actually coming off the A spawn. So now Dunpizzle himself is going to be spawning at the A spawn. He is going to have that counter UAV in his back pocket. It might be interesting to ask yourself, why is he running counter UAV when he's already running Ghost? You can see there that his icon is fading out on the minimap. He is definitely utilizing Ghost. The reason for this is that you can never rely on your teammates to be running Ghost. That is the sticking point. And so basically what you do when you throw up a counter is you're going to give Ghost to your entire team, and you're not going to have to worry about your team giving away your location. Let's check out the minimap right here again. Dunpizzle is just roaming around in their spawn. He doesn't have any coverage because this counter UAV is up, and there he just gets unlucky trying to shoot through that tree to get that guy. Let's see what is going on right now. Dunpizzle has limited information, so he is going to end up taking out that counter UAV with the anti-air launcher there, and that is something that really speaks to Dunpizzle's willingness to sacrifice that 1 point in his pick 10 to get the advantage back for his teammates when he's maybe facing a team that's putting up a lot of counters and UAVs like he is in this particular situation. He still has that same UAV or counter UAV in his back pocket that he hasn't deployed yet. It'll be interesting to see how he uses that in the future. He's going to take out this UAV off spawn, and now they have B right now, so he's not going to go up the middle. He's going to try to flank down the right side. He ends up taking out this guy, and then he realizes that he's pushed the enemies back a little bit. He's going to be able to push up here. Look at him pre-firing on that head glitch right there, because he knows people are going to be hiding behind that dumpster. And he was trying to go in there to set up for the spawn kill on CDOM, but he ends up getting taken out. Isn't able to mantle through that window like he would have liked. Now, I might have misspoke a little bit when I said he ran up the middle this last time, but he is going to go back up the middle this time to try to get a defend off. He is going to be able to pick up that guy with the C4. Nice play there by Dunpizzle as he watches that head glitch over there. This is what a lot of people are going to do on this map. They're going to sit in those opposing buildings and they're just going to head glitch. Or they're going to sit right back there where Dunpizzle is and they're going to head glitch. And sometimes, you know, that might be the appropriate method used. When you are worried that they are in such concentrated numbers right at B that they're about to push in and take it, that might not be the time to invest some time in flanking all the way around, because by the time you do that, they might have captured your home flag. When you want to go on the flank is usually when your team is at a disadvantage. And in this case, Dunpizzle realizes that they're pretty well well established on B, so he's going to jump over there, take a peek. He is going to start flanking back into C-Dom as he is seeing that they're going to be spawning there. You'll notice that that one teammate that's down at the bottom of the screen forced a secondary spawn up in the sort of over to the left-hand corner, and that's something to really take note of if you have someone in the opposing spawn. These secondary spawns are going to bring enemies into your area very quickly on this map. Now, Dunpizzle recognizes right here very well. See all his friendlies stacked up on the C side of the map. He knows that they're going to be around A. He's going to take that guy out. But then that guy who came from his right, he should have checked that way before going into the A-Dom area in order to take that guy out. So he sees a guy up on his mini-map. He still sees all of his team stacked on C. Even though his teammates don't own C, he knows that they're going to be spawning on A side because they'll be taking C very shortly. And in fact, his teammates are able to push back and capture A in this particular case. Now, Dunpizzle is going to whip out an anti-air launcher and try to take out that UAV while he is capturing the flag, which is usually a really good situation, but in that case, none of his teammates were watching for him. They were all intent on capturing the flag. You should always be careful to watch different routes when you're capturing a flag with a bunch of different people. So here, Dunpizzle, once again, he doesn't have a enemy counter UAV up, so he is going to be able to push in. He is down a flag C. They have B and C, so he is going to go on the flank here. And this UAV is going to help him as he pushes in and attempts to take out some of these people. He's going to toss a C4 around the corner to pick that guy up there. Picks that guy up to his right, and now there's a hostile counter, so immediately Dunpizzle really doesn't know. He's not going to stay around in the C spawn because he isn't going to have that vision. He isn't going to be able to tell where they're coming from or when the spawns flip necessarily based on the flags. So instead, he makes the really good call to come up behind these guys that he saw going for A. Good bet that no one's going to be able to follow him that quickly. Manages to take out a bunch of people, and his team ends up coming up 1 point ahead in that first round. You'll see there on the scoreboard that he has a random and his guest. He is down a player, and the other team pretty competent. Something I really noticed in this Apocalypse DLC playlist is that a lot of these players are going to be a little bit of a higher caliber than you may have noticed in other playlists, and that is, I think, it's the last DLC, and what we're finding here are players that are dedicated enough to invest in this last DLC map pack. They have stuck with the game for its entire duration. So here you can see that Dunpizzle is really close to earning a kill streak. He has been killing a lot of people on that last round before the end of it, and he is going to mantle up into here after throwing a C4 on B. He's going to be trying to flank around A to get these last couple kills. He needs to get his kill streaks going. So he is going to ignore his left there, but he comes up behind all of these guys here, and he's able to pick up another counter. A nice triple spray there, but maybe sacrificed his kill streak there by not checking to his left before going for that triple spray. Triple sprays and all are nice, but maybe to check your sides a little bit better when you're on a kill streak, especially when you have the potential to earn a VSAT or a EMP systems like Dunpizzle has equipped in this particular case. I do think it's really interesting that even though Dunpizzle isn't like kamikazing onto flags and he's not dropping VSATs or EMPs, I don't think he earns them at all this game, but he's still such a valuable contributor to his team. He's able to take down enemy counter UAVs and UAVs with that anti-air launcher that he's carrying, the FHJ in his back pocket, and he knows the right times when it's good to defend an objective. And look at that awareness there as he's able to turn and pick up that guy, realizing that people love to tactically insert in there. Really nice job there, but he gets kicked out of his view picture a little bit there right at the end. He was headed over to check C, and I guess he is going to come over and check C here because he sees that his friendly players are all going to be spawning on other parts of the map, but then the spawns flip and his team get a secondary spawn next to C. And look at this, just such a deft maneuver right there as he twitches around the wall, reloads. He doesn't rush anything. I would describe Dunpizzle's gameplay as definitely more methodical. He makes good decisions, but he doesn't rush them, and that's something that I really appreciate about watching his gameplay. Once again, he's going to be using this traffic barrier to capture B, pretty much solo capping it here. Just sit back and let him do all the work. He is going to mantle into this room, and his intention there was to go off to the right and not rush up the middle to where they were spawning, but he turns just a little bit too late and ends up getting taken out. So let's check the mini-map right now. We have a bunch of people coming from that side. Is Dunpizzle going to read that? Yes. The friendly players are all stacked up to his right, so he knows they are going to be to his left, and he is going to step right out behind them. He sees that they climbed up that jump to B and manages to pick up the defend. That's all because he was able to see where his teammates were and make the instant recognition that, oh, okay, my teammates are here, the enemies are going to be coming from my left. And there's a good chance that if they're going for the objective, they're going to mantle up and they're going to try to get on B. So there you see him taking out back-to-back counters, freeing his team up from what could have been a really bad situation. And now he's going to go back to secure C-Dom with his teammates before pushing up to try to get a flag advantage. You'll see 2 minutes left in the match, 141 to 133. This is going to be a close match, a close situation indeed as Dunpizzle pushes up here. You'll see they hold the flag right now, so Dunpizzle is actually going to try to establish himself here in the middle of the map. He throws that C4 towards A, hoping to pick up someone coming from the spawn. At this point, he should be able to identify that those players are no longer going to be spawning there. Let's take a look at the mini-map real quick. You'll see them all spawning back on C, as Dunpizzle is doubtless going to realize at this point with all of his teammates around A. And so Dunpizzle is going to push up here to try to cover the middle. He does not want to lose that B flag this late in the game, but he is wary because he knows that when a team is down a flag, they're going to be flanking. So you'll see him checking over his shoulder, looking back a lot to make sure that no one is coming up behind him. He's not going to trust his teammates in this case, and I think that's a really good call on his part. He knows there's a UAV up. He does not want people to be able to flank around and know exactly where he is. He wants to be a little bit more elusive than that. And this is such an interesting approach to stealth that Dunpizzle has here. That he's not constantly flanking, but he's not constantly rushing flags either. It's very balanced, and he decides when to go for B. He decides that very well based on where his teammates are. And here you're going to see that his teammates are in danger of losing at this point now. He's back 30 points. There's an enemy counter UAV up. They're down a flag. They have enough time to come back and win, so what's Dunpizzle going to do? He's going to go on a flank here, and he's going to try to flip their spawns around back to A so that he can come up from behind them and grab the cap on either C or B. So he's going to see this guy up in here. He is going to come up and unfortunately get taken out. So if we look at the minimap right now, there's a group swinging around towards A, but at this point they haven't been able to cap. That would have been the biggest danger to their winning at that point. And Dunpizzle is pretty much in the clear now as he works his way behind C. So the counter UAV is still up. He's going to get dinged by a Hellstorm missile there at the end, but as we look at the score that Dunpizzle has put up here, you're going to see 40 and 16, 9 captures, 3 defends. Very nice work there, showing how to flank as a ghost player on the new map Frost. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll check you next week.